Hi, babes. Welcome back to the Chase Life with Kelly show. I am your host, Kelly Chase. I am actually it's like 6:30 Saturday night. This is going to be a really short episode, but wanted to pop on and just tell you guys to remember to focus on yourselves. I reached really bad burnout this week. I have been traveling like crazy since August. Particularly like September and October were really strenuous. I went on a 10-day trip to Switzerland and we were like up at 5:30, 6 a.m. every single morning, hiking, walking around. It was very exhausting, but like also extremely beautiful and exhilarating and no regrets, obviously. It was amazing. And went from there, was only home for 4 days. I really wasn't even like caught up with the jet lag yet. And I went to Jacksonville and I started to work. And I probably shouldn't have done that because I was so tired. And then came back to work that Wednesday and was just like, go, go, go from there. And I just really haven't had that much downtime here back in Atlanta, back home. And this last Saturday, I flew to New York for my cousin's wedding, which was absolutely beautiful. I'm so grateful to have been able to be there and reconnect with family and connect with her friends. It was really, really a beautiful time. But I was only there for 48 hours and we got home late after the wedding. And Monday I had to like get to Jacksonville. So flew from New York to Jacksonville. And it was just go, go, go from there as well. I was tired. I will say I was probably a little hungover too. I did drink a little bit more than I have been drinking, I guess, at the wedding. So, but anyways, more or less, I was just really tired, but it's just impacting my adrenals. I probably wasn't eating that great either. Jacksonville for about 72 hours, hopped a flight Thursday morning, came back to Atlanta. It's just been a lot. And I like Thursday when I got back, I was like, oh my God, like I feel so tired. I mean, I'm so tired. I don't even think that if I slept a little bit, it would make a difference. And it was kind of true because I didn't sleep that much Thursday or like Wednesday night leading into Thursday morning when I had to catch my flight at like 6:30 in the morning. So it was just like a really long day. I did lay in bed some on Thursday throughout the day, in between like meetings and calls and emails and things like that. But I had a networking event that I was at until like 9:30 that night, and I was just struggling to be there, to keep my eyes open. Got home, I went straight to bed. And I think I slept like 10 hours or maybe, yeah, I think like 10-ish hours on Friday, and it felt like I slept 30 minutes. I was so tired on Friday. And I'm telling you all of this not to tell you like, oh, I'm like victim mindset, all this. I'm sharing this with you guys because I know that so many of you can relate, especially if you are potentially a mother listening in. I don't even know how you do it with children, but I will tell you this, like it is a choice to prioritize your health and your mental health and your physical health and your just emotional health. So you have to take time for you. And therefore, that's what I did. Last night, Friday, I pretty much went to bed. I think I got into bed at like 7:30, and fell asleep at 9, probably. I did wake up around like 5 a.m. and couldn't just fall back to sleep for like another 30 or 45 minutes, but then I did. And I was in and out of sleep probably from like 7 to 9:30. But still, I mean, I pretty much had like a good, probably solid 10 to 11 hours of sleep. Definitely felt better. But I almost fell asleep a couple of times. I migrated over to my couch and I almost fell asleep on my couch, just little naps. But eventually I did go outside and that just felt so good to lay. I journaled a little bit. That helped to like get things off my mind. And I will tell you guys this. I think now it has been almost close. Well, I don't know, maybe close to 24 hours, maybe like 18 hours ish, that I have not been on social media. And I swear to you, that is probably the biggest game changer because I am usually on social media throughout the day, every day, whether it's posting or looking at things, which I probably shouldn't be looking at, in meaning scrolling, which that consumption, your subconscious mind is constantly like pulling information and recording information and you're not conscious of it. Like, so you could go on you can spend 10 minutes on Instagram and just scroll through things. And if your mind picks up images of things that maybe that could spark some like anxiety or trigger some jealousy, that you're not even like saying like, oh, I'm so jealous that that person has that. But subconsciously, deep within you, you don't have that. And you kind of live your life a little bit in lack mindset that you may not also be aware that you are. Your subconscious picks on that. It picks up that evidence like, yep, I don't have that. I don't have that. I'm not good enough to have that. I'm not worthy enough to have that. And it creates this like spiral inside of you. And ultimately just creates so much anxiety and depression and whatever else going on inside. So I just want to like really empower you and encourage you to maybe take a 24-hour social media detox, and or however long you need. Maybe it's a 30-day social media detox, especially if you don't use social media for a business. Highly suggest you getting off because it's not doing you any good, except for obviously, yes, you could be consuming really amazing content. Obviously, I hope that my content empowers you and motivates you and inspires you, of course. And I know that there's so many people out there doing really good things on social media. But even still, you could still feel like, oh, well, they're doing that. I know that information too. Why am I not doing that? Maybe I should start a business doing that, but I'm so afraid. And why am I not doing that? Where am I? I'm not where I want to be in life, blah, 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 blah. So I just want to say, make sure you focus on you. I know the last few episodes have been all about that, focusing on you, choosing yourself, self-care, self-love, self-worth, but it is really, really important to do that. And so I wanted to come on here and just share what has been going on. I am just very burnt out. I am going to dinner with a friend this evening. But like in my mind, I'm already like, we're going to watch a like football game. I'm like, probably like 9:30. I'm gonna like peace out. So I think I just really have to be disciplined over the next couple of weeks or at least the next week, maybe just be very intentional about my time management, where I'm spending it, where I'm spending my energy, eating really healthy, eating, enough food. I know I always talk about that on Instagram too, is eating enough food to fuel your metabolism, to fuel your organs, everything in your body. And when you're eating properly, your mental health feels better too. So I just want to get on track. And I'm not traveling until after Thanksgiving. So I'm actually very excited about that. So I have some downtime, but my house kind of like, I did clean a little bit today. I did a little bit of laundry, but there's still some mess. And I'm like, no, I just, maybe I'll do some tomorrow. But I just really want to focus on being very intentional about getting myself to a really good place. And again, it is a choice. I'm making a choice. I get FOMO all the time, guys. I want to be out with my friends. I want to be drinking till 2 a.m. sometimes. Like, I want to be, well, I don't know if I necessarily want to be doing that anymore as I'm older, but former me would have wanted to do that. And sometimes it's fun to just have you just go out and have a grand old time and you kind of you lose track of time. And so, but it is 2 a.m. by the time you get home and you're like, oh crap. And you've had like 5, espresso martinis later. I do want to pull back more on drinking as well. It does not make me feel good, especially espresso martinis. I think that's what kind of made me not feel so great the other day was because I did have espresso martinis. It upset my stomach, and lesson learned. I don't want to be drinking those anymore. But with all that being said, it's just a choice. So whether you have children, you are a mother, you are not, and you're single as a Pringle, it doesn't matter. It is still a choice. You have a decision because everyone has the same 24 hours in a day, and some are being extremely intentional with their time, and they make time for self-care. They make time for exercise, meditation, even breath work, going for walks in nature, whether it's just around your neighborhood block, that's still nature. It's outside. Just outside, getting outside, connecting with God, source, universe, doing the things that actually fill your cup up first is so important for you. And throughout the day too, maybe you do a bunch of self-care things in the morning, and then later on, by like 3 o'clock, you're like, oh my God, I could use another break. Take the break. Maybe do little every hour on the hour or every, 2 hours, do like a 10 to 15 minute walk outside and just unplug from work for a little while. you have to make that choice. Okay. It is implementing beautiful boundaries for yourself so that you can live a more prosperous, abundant, healthy life. Again, if you are pouring from an empty cup, you have nothing to pour from. Like there's nothing to come out. So just extremely be very intentional and love yourself fully. Make the choices that are going to be aligned with your higher self. Like, what is she doing? How is she showing up? How is she living? How is she experiencing life? How is she showing up in relationships? You got to think from the person that you want to become, not the person that you currently are, because the person that you currently are is in burnout. And we don't want to be that. So again, practice what I preach. We got to walk the walk, right? So anyways, I hope that this encouraged you and empowered you. I got my nails done. Let's see, like I said, I slept in, I just laid in my bed for a while. I transitioned to the couch. I kind of laid there for a little while. I did clean a little bit, I did a little bit of laundry. As I said, I read a book for about 45 minutes. That felt really good. Went outside, just laid in the grass, stared at the sun, looked at the trees. That was amazing. Then I journaled a little bit. And again, I was just detached from social media. And I feel like that really was the kicker to help me feel a lot better. So I do feel a little bit more refreshed right now. I don't feel like I'm going to like crash and burn. But I'm just going to be very intentional. So I pray for that for you too. And yes, I love you guys so much. I know some of y'all had wrote me from the last episode, some challenges that you're dealing with. Again, I was just go, go, go this past week. I have seen the messages. I will get to those. And but anyways, I love y'all so much. Have a wonderful week ahead. All right. Bye.